Oh my goodness. People, I just walked in here and just heard that. I told you in the acoustic room, you might come in here and catch somebody. You might catch somebody. This is where the real good stuff happens. That was very, 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 very nice right now. I'm Robert Reese, Hot Facts with Robert Reese. And I said, let me make a stop into the guitar store. And you were just sitting inside here. I said, hold up right now. Nice, 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 nice. This is, man, you were excellent.
Thank you, sir.
You were excellent. Now, I'm gonna just let you guys know that this is a great room right here, and some of the best come in here and they sample, they brainstorm right here, and they leave out of here and go rock whatever they go rock.
Yes, sir. That's what we do.
You have a great day, sir. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. And let me give you a handshake. And because you were plucking those strings so well, let the people know your name.
This is D-Ron. I play guitar for the now Bobby Womack tribute band. We just got back from Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, opening up for SOS Band and Loose Ends.
And Loose Ends. Woo, people.
So remember that name, D-E-R-O-N, D-Ron.
People, this is nice. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. You never know who I'm going to run into. People, stay tuned. Have a great day, sir.
Check us out in Riverside. We'll be out there too.
All right, people, you guys just went ahead and listened to that. I was at the Guitar Center and went in there. But did you hear how the music was? He's with the Bobby Womack band and everything in there by himself, just playing some music to get some peace of mind, to do what he had to do. That's America right there, people. America is not like that anymore. It causes people to have to go and put themselves into their own world so that they can get a little bit of what they really need. We got a, what JR would say in the WWE, we got a slobber knocker. Slobber knocker. All right. So the title of this show, let me go ahead and make sure I'm saying it correctly. What's wrong with the American culture? Okay, the hot seat live. So we're going to be talking about what's going on with the American culture. This is an open link, open panel. Okay, so I'm going to give you a rundown of what we are going to be speaking about on this show today. Here are the subjects that we will be going on. Are you born gay? The reason why this is here is because I'll just tell you a little bit. At the park, dogs are doing their thing, Millie is stretching and stuff, and there's two little girls that are like 11 years old. And I'm like, okay, those are like best friends. That's what I thought at first. Then I saw them doing like the high fives and doing the hands. And when the other cars left, they started holding hands. And then they start kissing each other, like doing pecks on the mouth. And then they started walking, holding each other's hand. And one of them had the rainbow thing on her wrist. So, and then I have a conflicting thing about that, which we're going to get into that, because when I was growing up with kids I saw in school. So we're going to talk about, are you born gay? This is people, freedom of speech. Also, my hashtag there is freedom of speech. I want to go ahead and get all in this because I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Do men and women need each other? We're talking about America culture and how it's going right now. Just think about that. Think about everything that's going on. Why do men dress like women? We're going to talk about that. Why do women want to be men with all female attributes and rules? We're going to get into that. Can a man be a woman if he has a penis? We're going to get into that. Why is the education system allowing mixed morals? All right. Also, why does America help the countries its citizens dislike? Does this create hate? We're going to get into that. Okay. Also, does America have its own religious beliefs? Now, we know we're a melting pot and we know that they say in God we trust and you got to be Christian and all this stuff. But is America putting in its own doctrine on its own citizens so that America has its own religious beliefs? Like if you're American, your religion is American. That's where I'm going at with that. Okay. And also, was this just? I'm going to start the episode with this right here. Okay. Was this just? All right. I'm going to start the episode with this one right here. So there is going to be Dashing with John said this is a hot show. Exactly. I already knew. People, this is an open link to discuss. This is the hot seat. Dashing Trader, I saw you say that you told Eli this is the hot seat, and you said again on your show today, the hot seat. This is the official hot seat podcast. So you may have to change that name of what you're trying to do when you get people. You can't use the hot seat if someone else is using the hot seat. I know you're brainstorming over ideas, but seats taken. You got to come up with a new name. Like what Denzel told Cuba Gooding Jr. and American Gangster. I don't care if you change it to just change it. You can change it to hot tamale. You can change it to the hot top. You can change it to the hot concrete. But you can't use the hot seat because it's already a podcast in rotation. So I want to stop you before you just want to keep using the hot seat. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, people. I know people want to grow. But you can't just go directly and start taking people's stuff and calling it the exact same thing. You cannot do that. That is not the way it goes. Okay. So, people, I've been in this game for 2 years now. He's been in here pretty much the exact same time, same time frame and everything. I got 4.1 million views. He's got 2.1 million views. He's got 13.6K subs. I got 12.6K. Only difference is when he got to 10, he went back to 8, and now he's back up. I just had a consistent and steady thing. But all in all, people tune in and people watch. So if you got something going in the right direction, come up with just brainstorm, 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 brainstorm. That's why my name is Hot Facts. I took that off the market. Sorry, people. That was just I had to. I had to. I had to. Eli was never a participant on the hot seat. He was part of the Hot Facts and Eli podcast, which got 13 episodes. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave it there. So we got that, but we're going to start off with, was this just? I had to get that off my chest, people, because when you're putting your heart and effort into what you do, and you're coming up with your titles and everything, and then you see someone that is around the peers, then like you have to address it. It's not like I don't like you addressing or nothing like that. No, this is just hey man, we know the competition field is full of participants, But if someone grabs something that they are using, do not try to go and say, well, let me try to do it too to see if mine is going to know. Just don't, just come up with your own things and then take them there. So this was just a business thing, people. And I don't want to confuse people with two separate channels. I don't want to do that either. One show is like this, and one show is I don't even know yet because one participant is not coming back. I don't know. So we just have to make that clear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I would like to announce, I would like to announce before I do get started here, I would like to say congratulations to Dashing with John. Dashing with John is at 1.1K subs now. He went over. I was the first one to pre-do it. The congratulations. Um, and also No Bumper TV, the gig machine, just hit his 1,000th sub too. So people, that is going on to the list with the DoorDash Revolution, Dashing Q. You now have Dashing with John and No Bumper TV. 1,000K subs on people who are trying to grow channels and get content. Now, a lot of people hate on me because I'm saying this. I did not do anything for them that they were not doing themselves, except but help. I'm not taking no credit there, but we can't do this thing without each other. And when you see people out there who are really trying to help chat channels grow without saying, pay me money, pay me money, pay me money, and then I'll help you, but then they don't go and hit what they're trying to hit. And then you see someone that sees that someone has something there, and let's go ahead and shout them out, do this, go help them out any way you can. Well, when you get a roster now of people that are all the way on this side and rock solid with you and they understand what goes on, they go ahead and reach that plateau. So, so there you go. And John said, we got the cold seat. And people, I think that's hilarious that they got the cold seat because I was laughing. They got the cold seat. They even understood. Now, Dashing with John and his counterpart, the Dashing Investor, y'all, they said, look, man, they said, look, the thing that's going on is, first of all, they're going to end up doing interviews. They already have a nightcap show. They have a ride along show that they do. And they're seeing that it works. And with their personalities and what they want to do, it's working for them. So both their channels are going to see a huge spike right now also because now people are seeing that, oh, they really are for real. So I'm just going to say this out there. If you are someone that you're in the gig world or whatever field it is, you want your channel to go ahead and grow, hit up Hot Facts because the results are there. Newest members, No Bumper TV, the Gig Machine, who went ahead of John, but then he had a stumble because of some things he did, and John stayed consistent, and then bam, there it went. They are joining the group of, okay, Dashing Q and the DoorDash Revolution. Okay, so those are 4 channels right there that are going along, and I'm talking about appearing on and interacting and me putting things up in the videos for them and everything, and it's working for them. And now that's 4 channels now who are at 1,000 subs. Dashing Q is monetized. DoorDash Revolution's monetized. Both of these next channels, and Dashing with John will be the next one monetized because of the content he puts up. He's putting up content and he's doing live streams every day. So he's going to get that soon and he's going to be fully monetized. And pretty much I set the whole thing like 4.5, 5 months. He's going to be there in that time. Um, no bumper gig TV. I'm going to give him a little bit later, maybe like 5 more months from now, because he uses a lot of shorts with mainstream hip hop music. And then, if any of those views go up or do whatever else it does, it's really not going to count because you got to go really large on short videos like I did to go viral, and then you start making money. But before you get monetized, your short views don't count unless you have a certain amount. Okay, so I do believe he'll hit it. It's gonna be a little bit slower, but they both got to 1,000 subs, and I just want everybody to go ahead and just congratulate those 2 dudes right there because they did a great job. Now, without further ado, was this just? This video is a this video is a police video here, and the police officers in this video, you know, the guy, they say he has a gun. I guess the guy might be on drugs. They say he has a gun. I guess he's a suspect that was involved in a carjacking or whatever, but they unloaded 12 rounds into this dude. And we're going to talk about the American culture around the world. You know, they have guns and they do things like that, but that's normally with like war or suicide bombers and like other things. In the UK, they use knives. They're just not using guns like this. Even with their police force, a lot of them use non-lethals and billy clubs, and we're out there with full out lethals. I think this situation here could have went a whole lot better than what it did. Let me get your take on this, because I think the police dog and the police training of this animal was not used to the fullest capability to actually save a life and not ending one. You let me know what you think. Warning, this is graphic nature, graphic content right here. You're going to see all the angles. This is the actual police body cam. Check this out.
Hot Facts with Robert Reese here. I got a video. All right. Disclaimer. This video shows police officers shooting a suspect who they think was involved in a carjacking. And they say that this gentleman waved a gun. You hear it before, and then there's an incident with the dog, police dog. He comes out and says, "You're gonna get shot," and he puts his hands up, I don't know, and they just let loose. This video is graphic, so be fair warned. And also this, I think the police officers put like 12 rounds in him. You're gonna see from the officer who controls the dog and the officer who came in to help when the shots fired. You will also see what happened before from the other officer as another view on, is the shooting necessary with all those lethal rounds? Or could they put the people out with some non-lethals? We don't know. I think, in my opinion, well, I'll let you know. Watch this.
Hands in your pockets, what's up? You're gonna get bit by the dog. You're gonna get bit by the dog, dude. Yeah. You're gonna get bit by the dog, dude. You're gonna get bit by the dog.
Now, he says he sees a gun, but he doesn't send the dog on full attack. I think I get it because there's people in the business, but the dog recognizes who he is, and it's like a playful dog. So he sends them towards him. I just would have had the dog just attack him to make him, oh, I think that was what the gun was there. I just, he wants to save the dog. I just would have looked, the dog wants to go back, just let the dog go. Watch this, y'all.
You're gonna get shot. Let me get my dog. Stop.
Now, this is what the officers saw before the other one. Look at this. There's 3 officers.
Get back. You guys get back.
4.
He's got something in his hand.
And a 5th.
I do not have a shot.
Now watch this.
Man, send the dog. There's people over there.
He said he had a gun out there. They are all going in. This officer, look. We got the officers, look. He's trying to get him. He's saying here. The dog knows, is this a drill or something? He's upright.
Don't move! Don't move!
He's gone. But they're gonna scream at him and say, don't move. He's gone. He can't stop that motion there. I'm glad they didn't shoot again, but I know that officers are trained too, and that wasn't to disarm or to just stop him, to apprehend him. That was just, we're gonna go out and do the whole thing. Do you look at it the same way when you see it done from an officer's eyes?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you in. Wait. The clip is stopping now. Now, I think the dog should have been used. I think the dog, I heard the other cops say, send in the dog, send the canine, and he didn't do it. I think the dog should have been used. What do you think about that?
Well, I think he started to use the dog and he was calling the dog back because looking at all those people around there, chances are the dog looked confused. And I think that might have been the dog was confused because there were so many people around it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it looked like to me. And he probably also called the dog off because if that dog would have started to attack him, chances are he would start shooting that gun off. And with all those other people in the room, there's that high risk that if he just starts letting that gun loose, that he's going to hit other people inside that room, not just the dog, but possibly the other people in the room as well. Plus, they don't want their dog killed. You know what I'm saying? He's already threatened the dog with the gun. So he's already threatened deadly force against the police officer because we know dogs are considered police officers. So at that point, why risk losing your dog's life when you already have the reason to use deadly force against him? You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying there, but let me go back about what you said because I do agree. I heard him. He said something in German there that made the dog look like, is this a drill? Is it for real? The dog went like, am I supposed to jump on him or come back to you? Where's the treat? That's what it looked like the dog was going through. But when they walked in, I said that myself. There was a lot of people there, and maybe he did not want to. I only differ with you on this part here. When you said, the dog is an officer, yeah. But I'm thinking about humans. I'm like, hey, you got the dog. If the guy lets loose on the dog, or let's say if you just send the dog in and the dog bites him and he can't shoot the gun, then you can apprehend the guy or at least give him a non-lethal because I hate Peter, sorry. I'm sorry. It's an officer, but it's a dog. When we're thinking about human beings, the human being is gonna live over the dog. So you know what I mean? Like send the dog in and let him, because the guy looked like when the dog was trying to play or whatever, confused, the guy looked like the dog could have took him right then. That's my only thing there.
Yeah. Well, no, you could be possibly right, but I think the guy obviously didn't want to shoot the dog, or he would have shot the dog. He had a dog at close range, so if he wanted to shoot the dog, he could already had shot the dog. And the guy was showing that he didn't want to shoot the dog, but then might have been why, the dog stopped. And like I said, those dogs, depending on where it bites him, that's the thing. If it latches on his leg or it grabs him on the other arm and he has free access, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, but my thing is, to me, the dog looked mad confused, bro. And
Yeah.
I think I think it was because there were so many people around, all the different smells, because it looked like he was starting to look like a kitchen or something that he went through. So all the smells, all the other people probably freaking out. So I don't know. The dog to me just looked confused, and that's might have been why he called him back, because if the dog's confused and doesn't know what's going on, then the dog is going to be, how should I say, he's not going to be competent enough to do the job. Like let's say if it was just the guy himself versus
Right.
what
Oh,
you know
so
what I'm
you're
saying.
I got what you're saying. For people out there, when you used to watch the movies and the cartoons back in the day, and they say let's go break into the place, but they said make sure you got a pack of bologna, because back in the day they had guard dogs and they want to throw some meat to the dog. So in that situation, Roy's like, if the dog would get distracted, he ain't gonna do nothing anyway because he was confused. The dude could have just went and just threw have some dog treats, and the dog would have went for the dog treats, and then he had access to his
Yeah.
gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's why it looked like the dog was confused because the dog if the dog wasn't confused and he was zeroed in on that guy, he would have grabbed that dude instantly. When he walked up to that guy, he would have grabbed him instantly. But I think the dog was just so confused because of all the other people around and probably, any other noises that were happening that the dog just didn't know what to do. And so that's why I think they called him off because, like I said, at that point, the dog is incapacitated. I guess you could say almost incapacitated to do the job
yeah,
properly. So
yeah,
no
he's
use, like I said,
hypnotized.
yeah, exactly. So there's no reason to get your dog killed when you already know you have lethal force. You can use it against him. And the minute that guy popped out, pointed that gun at those cops, it was going to be a done deal anyways. Chances are, if he would have shot the dog, they would have shot him too. So either way, the guy would have ended up getting shot and killed. Either way, at least this way, they saved their officer, which is the dog, and they took care of the stupid ass idiot that pointed a gun at him. So,
Right. People, this
because
the shit Roy
technically,
like to talk
technically,
about, y'all. This the shit Roy like, people. This the shit Roy
yeah,
like right here.
and technically, technically when he pointed that gun at the dog the first time, they could have fucking lit him up right there, and they chose not to. So they gave the guy the opportunity because once he pointed the gun at the dog, that's no different than pointing it at a cop because he is a cop. The dog's a cop. So if
What
they
about the
wanted
other
to,
officer that said? What about the other officer, Roy, that said send in the canine? What do you think that
well,
officer was thinking?
well,
And
you
he
know
said,
what?
when he said send him in.
Well, I think what he wanted to do was to send him in until you could tell they both walked in and realized all those other people around. Maybe they didn't know
Okay.
kind of that's what it looked like. Like
Yeah.
he just opened the door and was like send the dog in, but then once they walked in, there's a room full of fucking people. You know what I'm saying? And all that confusion probably just freaked the dog out. Too much confusion. Because a lot of times when
They
you see
let him
those
have it,
dogs,
Roy.
yeah,
They
one of
let
those. A
him
lot of
have it.
times, yeah, a lot of times when those dogs are used, there's nobody else around. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll clear people
Right.
away because they don't want that dog to get confused. They want them to zero in on the person, and they,
Right.
they didn't have they didn't have that opportunity to clear out all those people prior to letting that dog loose, and he probably just got so fucking confused because he looked dumb to me. The dog looked like he was mad confused. So I
Yeah.
just think he was
Yeah.
just overwhelmed. Yeah, he was just overwhelmed. And plus, like you said, once
You
you send
focused
him
on
in,
what I did.
once you
You
send the
focused on what
dog,
I did, Roy.
yeah, yeah, once you send the dog in blindly like that too, that dog has got all those different targets. He doesn't know exactly who he's supposed to get. He sees a guy run in the room, and then they send him in after him. He runs into the room, and there's like 20 other people. He's like, well, the dog's probably like, what the fuck, you know?
That's a great point, Roy. That's a great point, because let's say the situation was different and it was filled up with a bunch of kids. The dog did not go attack. The dog did not go attack because he wasn't sure. That's a good point. That's a good point, because
Yeah,
he could have sent the dog in, and some of these kids look like adults and stuff like that, and
yeah,
and went after a kid, and then what if it was like younger kids? So that dog
yeah.
would have, that dog was well trained in that situation there. Yep.
I think
You were
so.
just
And
confused.
like I said,
He was
and like
well
I said, they
trained and
gave
confused.
yeah. And like I said, they gave him a chance. When the minute he pointed that gun at the dog, they could have lit him up right there, and they didn't. So they gave him a fucking chance, and he still was stupid enough to walk out and point the gun at the cops. So at that point, trash, goodbye. You know,
Yeah. And I'm glad I got the other view there from when he was on the outside, when they were trying to get him
yeah,
at first. You know what I mean? Like, the dude looked like he was on some type of drug. He was on something, but they said he was involved. He was a suspect that they think was in a carjacking.
yeah,
That dude was
yeah,
so that's that dude was so doped up on how he was just moving, I don't think he would have been able to operate a vehicle in a carjacking or anything. But I just think he was super drugged up on whatever new drugs they got mixed together these days. I don't know what they are, but he seemed like he was on some of that crazy shit.
Kind of a fucked up way to die, though, on your knees, looking like you. That was
Oh,
crazy.
I'm glad you
That
brought
was
it up, Roy. They
that was
they
crazy,
unloaded
wasn't it?
like 12 shots, and he dropped to his knees, and he was in like a that was like a pose you would see in like a cowboy movie, right?
Yeah,
At the last, the
yeah,
the, the last hoedown, dude gets
yeah,
shot, and then you just see him just sitting there. I was like, oh my goodness,
yeah. That
what a
did.
miracle.
That did exactly look like one of those movie deaths, bro. Like when you see the movies when they just shoot him, he falls to his knees and then goes plop, falls back. Yeah, dead ass, dude. It did.
Now, people, I want you to think about this. When they put this shit in movies, people, they ain't just putting that in there. They didn't see that happen before. So,
Yeah.
you know, they didn't walk in the scenes when the detectives walk into the house and someone is sitting like that because the execution, that's how he ended up. So none of that stuff is fake. You get hit with 12 rounds, your body don't know what's gonna happen. His body just said, leg said drop to the just drop. And then there you go.
Yep.
That's what it was. Now you go stick around for the rest of this, Roy, because I got a good one. I got a good show. The next topic that I'm getting into, are you born gay? That's where I'm going to now.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm here chilling.
All right.
So.
All right. So, are you born gay? The reason why I brought this up, I was with the dogs and Emilia, walking around the park this morning, and the junior high school is like right there, and it's
Uh-huh.
sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. So that's 11, 12, and 13, or 10, 11, and 12, depending on when your birthday comes in the summertime. Depending on how it comes. But these are some young ass kids, and the two little girls are out there looking like they were doing the high five and stuff like that, and they were having fun.
Uh-huh.
But then they start holding hands and they start kissing each other. And then they went into the cars left, and then they walked to school holding hands. And I was like, hold up, they can't be gay already. But then something went off in my head. I remember these guys, and these are flamboyant gay guys. Percy Ruth Samji, he works with Disney. He's all over all this stuff. I went to school with him also, and Tyler Kraus. Both of these guys were gay in the sixth grade when I met them. Now, I don't know if they were just around girls and then they chose so well. Since I'm around them, they were on the song squad and cheerleaders too. They were the guy cheerleaders too. So they I don't know if they were doing that to hang around girls and then they morphed into it, or were they already gay and they have pictures and videos of them at their weddings and kissing and engagements with their boyfriends, but they're fully all out. But that was when I was in the sixth grade, when I was 11. So when I think back, I'm like, whoa, these kids are the same. Now, are they born gay, or is it a fad that is going to make them go into being gay? Because
I
when the
don't think.
cars drove off, it was mom and dad in the car. So it's the husband and the wife.
Yeah, I don't think you're born gay. No.
So what do you call this then? What do you call this?
I just think that. I just think people grow up with an attraction for what they like, and that doesn't mean you're born gay. I just think people grow up with an attraction of what they like, and maybe they just like guys more than girls, and so that's what they chose. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think you're actually born gay. No, to be honest with you, unless
Yeah, see, that's what I think. But what about the how like the mannerisms, like and then womanisms, because the opposite of the male was the female. So mannerisms and womanisms, because we
well,
gotta separate the two. Yeah.
I'm sure you can be born with more of a feminine type, maybe more feminine type genes or something, but is that being born gay? No, I think there's flamboyant guys out there that bang girls all the time. So I don't know. Look at Dennis Rodman. He looked about as homo as you could all get, but he was banging the shit out of chicks all the time. So I don't know. I just think it's just so it could be a learned behavior. It might be even learned behavior. Maybe they were around, maybe their parents had gay friends that visited the house a lot, maybe something like that. I don't know, to be honest with you. But I don't think
Hmm.
you're born gay. I don't think you're born gay, to be honest with you.
What's up, Torp? What's up, Torp? That's what I think too. But like now, because of how society is, it's like they're putting up all this stuff all over the place, and it's like the U.S. is like the front runner with everything. Everything out here has rights from a pencil to a whatever. Everything has rights. You can get married to a pencil if you wanted to here, and get tax credits and stuff. Like everything is crazy. So all this stuff is going on, and it's nuts. And going off the next one, Emilia, go ahead and hit the one that says about the men dressing like women. If you're not born gay, and like you brought up the Dennis Rodman thing there, I was just watching this high school boy. He had to be like maybe not in high school, maybe like 19 years old. He went to the gas station last night to put gas in his car. He hopped out. He was wearing the skinny jeans with the Air Forces, but he wanted to have his chain on like he was tough. But he was wearing a purse, and his jeans and his shirt was so tight. Roy, I was like, this dude. I said, back in my day, we would have thought he was a fudge packer, is what I would say. We would have thought he was a fudge packer back when I was, but now he dressed like this, and he had on the little man purse. The ones that people say, "Well, I got a gun in mind," and make it seem like it's not a purse. No, that's your man purse, and he's walking in with a man purse, and he ain't got no gun. He's going in to pay for gas, so that's where his wallet is. So that classifies that to me as a purse. What's up with these men dressing like women? And before you do answer that, I got another take of men dressing like women too. Since he did bring up Dennis Rodman, let me show this really quick.
I don't want to get into certain situations, but I was not prepared for just well, how do I say this without talking about certain things? I'm just really don't want to rehash things.
The fuck was that? I think it's a fad, bro. Really, I think it's
Roy
becoming.
said, "What was that?" Yeah, Roy.
I was like, what the
This
fuck,
guy
dude?
pops up. He does a live stream every night, and he has a bunch of people that go and watch him. And he dresses up like he looks like Nick Nolte and dresses up like that. So he looks like Nick Nolte for real, and he dresses up like that. So that's the other side of men dressing like women. And now you get an idea of what I mean. One side and the other. So now you got a full spectrum.
Yeah, I think one of it is just playing, just there to be fun and have fun with it, and it's more of a shock value thing, just to shock people and have fun with it. Whereas some people, they just it's a trend. You got celebrities dressing in celebrity men in dresses. I think it's just anything to be in the limelight, bro. To be honest with you, you just want to be in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? So if they feel they're going to get more support and more likes and people to like them because they're willing to throw on a dress, they'll do it. It's just how it is.
Right. Now Torp says I wore a wig and a dress back in the day to be funny on YouTube. So am I gay? Now, Torp, let me go ahead, because you gotta be real with Torp. Torp don't like it when you beat around the bush. Torp, if someone is brand new and seeing you looking like Rocky Horror Picture Show, someone is gonna think you a sick freak.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
that's my answer there. Now, like Roy said, we got people doing it for shock value and things, and you could be all the way straight. That could be what you did. But off the cuff, me just scrolling through live streams and I see a man doing that, I'm like, oh, this dude is off the chain. I'm gonna think
Yeah,
you into everything. Everything. Don't. I'm talking about everything. I don't think you into everything. And if you into everything, then that may mean you're gay. I'm just sorry. That's just the way. If another man goes in you, or you doing stuff with a man, I don't call that bisexual or experimenting. That means you went full fledged. That's what I'm saying right there. Now, Torp, if you didn't do any of that, which I'm not saying you did, and you did that for shock value and all that, me myself, I would not have done that. Me myself. One time I lost a bet where I had to put on makeup in high school. That's as farthest as I've ever gone. Or maybe when I was like 4 years old, playing with my mom's shoes before she's going to work. Outside of that, outside of that, I know. Heck no. What you feel about that, Roy?
well, like you said, the average everyday person, if they're just scrolling through, they don't know who Torp is. and they see him bouncing around in a wig and a dress, yeah, they're probably gonna think, oh yeah, he's possibly gay, and it is what it is. But because first impressions, you know how people are. First impressions are the only impression to some people. So especially back when he did it. He did it back when it was kind of like a taboo saying, or if you dressed up like a girl, you were considered a gay man right off the bat. You weren't
Right
considered,
off the bat. Right off the
yeah,
bat. Yep.
because you're just an unknown person on YouTube. And if somebody scrolls through, it would be a different story if Torp was like, let's say Torp was Dennis Rodman, and they see it, they say, "Oh shit, look at Dennis Rodman. He's dressed up like a girl." Knowing his history of banging chicks and doing that, they'd be saying, "Oh, he must be doing it for shock value." But for the average everyday person scrolling through and they see Torp dancing around in a dress and a wig and shit, yeah, that's going to be the first thing that pops in their mind that he's gay. You know,
Yeah, Torb. Now Torb is saying he says first off, why are we calling gay a freak? That's not what I said, Torb. I gave an example. Rocky Horror Picture Show, and if you want me to, Marilyn Manson, who took out some stuff, his own ribs, so he can suck his own penis. That is what I call a sick freak. So if you're looking like that, I'm gonna put you in that same category. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Torb. That's all I'm saying. The only thing that really makes you gay is if you get butt plugged or if you're doing, you know, there we go there. But if you just weird, you go to Hot Topic every day, then that's just what the fuck you do. You know, that's just what it is. Hey, you know, some people like regular Halloween. Some people don't like what was his name? Burton, Nightmare Before Christmas. Some people don't
Tim
like
Burton.
this. Yeah, Tim Burton, the Stitch figure, pumpkin face, and everything. Some people think that's freakish right there. You know, Torp. I don't know what you did it for, Torp. I wasn't in your head. I wasn't in your brain. I don't know. I just saw it and I said, "Wow." That was my reaction. Ghost said, he said, started all back in school, they would have gender bender day. Oh wow. I would never
Never had that back in my days in school. I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry, people. When I mean gender bender, to me, that means a bunch of dudes getting bent over and plugged. Is that not what you get from that, Roy? Gender bender?
Yeah, that
Man.
I don't know what that is about. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, go back to Ghost comment right there. Ghost, damn, that's the shock of the hour right there. Go back to that. He said I would never participate, but some of that could have started gender bender. Now, that is what we call hazing, and that's a hate crime. Because I'm gonna tell you this. Remember when they would say when you like back in the day, you first go to high school, if you weren't an athlete, watch out, you're gonna get your pants, you're gonna get pants, they're gonna give you a swirly, put your head in the toilet. They try to use all that grease stuff. What nobody in their damn right mind but to come and try to pants me and put my head in no toilet. So wasn't gonna be no bender gender day messing around with Reese. It was gonna be 5 knuckle shuffles all day long. all
Yeah,
day long.
that wasn't a thing back in my days. I don't ever remember that happening here. So
Damn, Ghost. Hey, Ghost, you had it hard. You was fighting every day in the halls then. You was fighting every day in the halls. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. We did not do that here. But I got this next one right here since we're on this subject. And let me go ahead and click this one here. Um and put that comment up right there to see if I gotta go ahead. The one you just had up there really quick. Okay. Men would dress up like girls and okay. Now Now, let's go back to the title there. Nope, I'll go ahead and hit it here. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this one right here, Roy.
no, no.
Now, you know where I'm going with this, Roy, because we're so confused in America. America, Roy, is leading the way with a lot of this stuff, Roy. Do you get why this title is what's wrong with the American culture, Roy? Now you're getting okay. Now, Now we both went into the sports thing and men playing with women and women trying to fight. First of all, there would not have been no woman trying to fight Ryan Garcia. Amanda Serrano would have not put her belt up to go fight him. Clarissa Shields would not go fight him and say, I'm a guy. No, they're gonna stay fighting the women because they are women. Now, we got people now. I put that video up of that dude dressed like that girl. Now I'm gonna tell you this: we got a problem, Roy. Um, I went to the bathroom the other day at Del Taco, and the issue that I had was this right here. Now both bathrooms are locked. There's only one men's bathroom, and the other bathroom says like for whoever else. But my bathroom, okay, was for the man. Now the other bathroom was still being taken up. So when I came out the bathroom, the lady just went into my bathroom, closed the door, looked to see if somebody was coming, and locked the door. Now, if a man does that in a woman's bathroom, the man is about to get shot. They're gonna say he's trying to stalk women and all type of other stuff. So now, since the world's confused on that, how can a person with a penis be a woman? That's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
How can a
Well,
man be a woman if he has a penis?
he can't be, dude. That's a no. That's a straight hell to the no.
But how do they make it? How do they say yes you can? What
Because
gives
people
them
are
the right to
fucking
say yes
because
you can?
because people are fucking stupid.
See, I like that answer. I see that's up my alley right there. That's up my alley. Now, for me and you, can you explain why that would be stupid, Roy? I want to hear this from Roy, people, because I think Roy would give some better wordplay on this.
Because it's human biology since humans were invented. I'm just saying invented. I would just say it that way. Since humans been invented, dudes had dicks and women had fucking vaginas, dude. It's not. It's that simple. It's not like it's biological. Boys come out with dicks and girls come out with vaginas. Now, if it would be a different story if when mankind was invented, that men they called they called the girls what we would call now a girl with a vagina. If they said those were the boys, and then they said the women back in the day came out they had the penis. Yeah, then it would be different. But from the beginning of time, anytime a boy popped out, it had a wiener. Anytime a girl popped out, it had a vag. So yeah, it's pretty
Right.
much biology. Like I can't go any deeper than that. I don't know.
I see. I fully agree. I just don't know when they said we can just not believe that anymore, and we just go say this. I would like to know who said we're just going to insert this and try to give people the Men in Black, memory loss thing. That you cannot do that. And men, even if you chop off your stuff and go through surgery, guess what? In my eyes, I'm still gonna knock you out. You're a man. I don't care what you get chopped off
Yeah,
and what implants you go and get. I'm still giving you 2 pieces of the biscuit. That's what you go get.
yeah,
That's
because
what
you're
you go
still,
get.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
still a man. It's just because you chopped it off doesn't make you a girl. You're still a man. So yeah,
All
no.
that, all that bullshit. Sorry if you guys if you guys are in the LBGTQ community and you guys were agreeing with the stuff we were saying at first, but you don't agree with this. Oh well, that's why it's called opinions. Everybody, you cannot have it all to your side. That is not the way it works. Now, Torp said that what you talking about? He said men, women are dressing like men. Well, guess what, Torp? Guess what the next topic is right here. Why do women want to be men with all female attributes and rules? Let's get into that. Now I'm talking about
Okay,
I'm
I got a
talking
question. I got a question. I think that would be right up the alley in this. So we'll go through your question first, and then I'll ask you a question, and I want to
okay.
see if you can give me an answer to it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right. Let's do yours right after this one.
Okay. Why
So
do
this
women
right
want to
here.
be men with all female attributes and rules? Why do women? Um,
Now, what I mean by that for all of you guys out there, we get women that want to be the
my
Butch
my
or
que-
the Dyke
my
or
question
the
my
Ellen.
question my question might be
Go ahead.
similar to this. My question
All
might
right.
be similar to this.
All
My
right.
question would
So,
be I'll just give you my question. My
all right.
question my question is, if you're a lesbian and you're into women, why do lesbian women want to look like a man and use male prostheses to penetrate other women? If you hate men
Oh,
and you don't and
these
you,
go hand in hand. These go
yeah,
hand in
exactly.
hand.
That's why I
These go
figured
hand
it's
in
about,
hand. Yeah.
yeah.
These go hand in hand. First of all, women, you are a woman, and that's it. Now, but here's the thing: some of you women want to be the butch, the dyke. Some of you guys want to be girl, and one wants to be, say, I'm dominant, but you still are like the femmes and the girls. But you guys want to be men, but you want to say, well, if we're out in public, even though that we are, uh, I'm portraying a construction worker male type, and I got a girl. If something happens in public, the guys can't say nothing to me because I'm still a girl. Well, you can't have it like that, because check this out. If I'm out in public, let's say the local donut shop, me and Emilia's inside there, and some dude might have accidentally rubbed his hand across her leg or something, or her butt, and she felt, oh, what'd you do that for? He's getting socked right on the spot. So if you are, now you see how that works, women? Well, is that how guys work? Yes, that's how it works right there. So if you want to be a guy, you got to be willing to get socked if you're going to be trying to do all these little slick ass guy tricks. Guys get hit for that in the face.
Yeah, well,
Guys
that's the
get hit
thing.
in the face for that.
That's kind of like my question. It's like, if you're a lesbian girl, why are you and you don't like men, then why are you with a woman that looks exactly like a man and she's dicking you down with a rubber dick like a man? I don't get. See,
Exactly.
I never understood that.
Exactly.
So,
How you gonna want to be penetrated if you don't? It don't make no sense. And then second of all, I would like to ask this. First of all, I know that when I'm doing the whoopee with Emilia, when my toes about to curl, I know what that feels like because it's going through what I have naturally built on me. If you got plastic or rubber, you cannot feel what I'm feeling. So therefore, you're even faking the funk then. Just faking the funk.
well,
But
it depends.
another
It
big thing
depends.
is, yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
it depends, bro, because I'm sure they have certain prostheses that have things built into them to maybe the girl that's got the strap on is being somehow, maybe there's a vibration built into her strap on or something, or
This shit crazy.
um, I don't know, possibly, I don't know,
This shit crazy.
or they just take turns strapping it on and doing the do. I really don't, but I just never
Oh, you know
understood.
what's
That's
crazy
one thing.
about what you just said? Taking turns strapping it on, Roy.
Yeah.
At not one point in a regular man and woman relationship, I'm talking about a normal one, is the man giving the woman a strap on to give him that. That doesn't happen. I'm just sorry, women. So that don't even happen. That don't even
Oh,
happen.
no,
We
no,
don't
no,
do that.
no.
So I don't know why you guys doing that.
There's men out there getting pegged by their old ladies, bro. Come on, you know
Yeah,
damn
I
well.
don't want to. Yeah, I know there's some out there. I know, I know there's some out there, and that's the craziest thing because I know that
Dead ass.
I know
There's
them
dudes
dudes
out there
out
getting
there.
it
Them dudes
pegged.
nasty as hell. Them dudes is nasty as hell. What did Turk say? He said Sam Kinison said it best. How can a man look at another man as a fall in love? Yeah, man. Look, first of all, when I see a man, I don't. There's nothing about that man that says there's nothing when I see what we were talking about earlier, maybe one of them Rocky Horror Picture Shows or something, I'll be like, this dude might be a girl. I don't look at a man and just automatic that's not how that works. That's not how that works for me. And it just don't work like that. But these women, they want to go out and be gay. They want to pull up, open, and try to let's do chivalry. First of all, people, let me tell you something about chivalry. Let me tell you this. If a guy walks on the side of the street where the car is, right? Let's say, he says, "Oh, babe, you walk on this side because the car is not there." What if when she's on the other side, she gets hit by something that flies across and hits her in the face? Where was the chivalry there? You guys gotta stop thinking all this shit. So the women will open the door for the other woman and do all this shit like this is what you men should be doing. No, let me tell you what happens. When you court your woman, you're doing all that. But once you start living together like everything is normal, nigga, we going to McDonald's and Popeyes and shit. We ain't finna go to that restaurant no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. But these women want to go out in public, do all that stuff. Then when there's an issue, and there's a man involved, they want to mouth up so hard and, oh, you can't talk to me like this and all that other stuff. And then they pull the woman card out on you. And then it's like, hold up, whoa. You can't throw a flag. How can you do all that and yell at me and I can't do it back and you go pull a woman card out? If you're going to be a man, you got to be a man. You can't switch. You can't just switch. You can't get all the female attributes, but say I'm a man. It don't work like that. And I got a real big problem with that too. Because they're rude at the grocery store. You go in line and go shop, and they're the clerks, and they're mad as hell. They freaking look like Bobby from King of the Hill and shit. And they're just mad at you, giving you attitude and all this other stuff. They walk around with the big old boy jean shorts with the big calves and New Balance
Well, I think
shoes
that's
and shit.
I think a lot of it, bro, is society issues because over the last, I don't know, 10, 15, possibly 20 years, um, society has been teaching everybody that men are these evil creatures. And so you get that. That's why I think that's happening. Because
Okay.
oh, men are this, men are this, men are that, men are this, men are evil, men want to run everything, but well, if it wasn't for men, there wouldn't be a country in the first fucking place. So men built
See,
these countries, men built this country. So, and I'm sorry, I'm not, if you want to be a feminist, you think you can live without a man, I'll give you about 72 hours before you're dead, plain simple. That's just
ooh,
dead
perfect
ass.
segue,
So
Roy. Perfect
yeah.
segue. Look at my next topic there. Do men and women need each other? And I'm talking about
Men
in
do.
America.
Men do not need women. Women need men. That's dead ass. Men don't need women. Men can survive till they're fucking 80 years old and never have a woman present. Women, they need men. Women can't. We already see there was a show out there where the women would have been dead within 24 hours if there wasn't for the men. So no, women can't. I'll tell you dead ass. Men can go without women. Women can't go without men. So.
I agree. Now, my next thing is, why does America push this narrative that women don't need men? And they want them to all right, people, we gotta separate you women. We have women who are feminists. I ain't got no problem with the feminists. Okay. I got problem with the feminists who are sexist. That's what I got a problem with, Roy. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah,
for a woman saying women rights and power and fighting for the women out there because that's what you need. I ain't got no problem with that. I
yeah,
am upset with the sexist feminists. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line.
yeah. It's
And
just,
yeah, go ahead.
that's just society blowing their fucking heads up. Kind of like what we see on YouTube with content creators, getting their heads blown up way beyond the point that they need to be blown up. I think the same thing happens with the same thing happens in everything, bro. Like it's how it is. Like that's all. It's just how society is. Everybody, well, like I say, everybody wants to be number one. So they're going to say whatever it takes to make people believe they're number one. And if you can make women believe that they're number one by telling them men suck ass all day long, then sooner or later they're going to believe it until reality hits them in the ass, bro. And it's a done deal at that point. Then they realize, oh, fuck, I actually do need a man. Who's going to fix my fucking plumbing? Oh, look, who comes and fix your plumbing? A man. Oh, my God, who's going to dump my trash? Oh, look, the trash man. The mailman. Why do you think all these things have men at the end of it? It's because men, 98 to 99% of these jobs are done by men. electricians, garbage men, mailmen, fucking anything with a man on it. It's a job that's done
The
99% of the time by
handyman.
men.
The
Yeah,
handyman.
exactly, exactly. So
Yeah.
you know,
So women, I'm gonna let a lot of you, the feminist sexists out there, I'm gonna let you know, cut that bullshit out. You can be a feminist all you want, but you still need a man. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you like this: all you men that just say, "Hey," now I know that. All right. I'll put it like this: if a man has gone through everything and he says he feels better being alone, he can go the whole rest of his life without needing
yeah,
a woman.
exactly.
He can go the whole rest of his life without needing a woman. Now, before that happens, that man is gonna say, "I need a woman," especially if you have a family. So you got to understand that, people. Until certain things happen, you don't need each other. And I'm talking about like, the craziest shit happens, and you go from there. He says, "What's your definition of
I'll be right
a
back. I gotta
feminist?"
be right. I'm gonna grab something to
All
eat
right.
real quick. I'll be right back. I'll
Yep.
stay.
Yep.
I'll stay on the panel. I'll stay on the panel then.
Oh, okay. Uh, he says, "What's your definition of a feminist?" Well, if you would like to ask me that, you can hop up on panel. You can discuss that if you want. We're just having open thoughts, open discussion, but I'll go ahead and give you a definition of that. My definition of a feminist is someone who is all about women rights, women power, women equality. There is nothing that's going to be left behind because we deserve to have equal share in everything that goes on. I consider that to be a feminist. I call a feminist sexist as someone that's a feminist who does believe in all of that, but then they want to go into the secular system. They want to separate and keep the men away from the women and the women away from the men because it's a taboo for that to go down. Those are the women that pretty much will fall into the category of why do they want to be men but have all the female attributes. That's what I would call the feminist sexist. But a feminist is all about standing up for your rights, for what you got going on, for all of womankind. I have no problem with that. If my wife was like, you know what, F men, it's freaking it's Women's Day every day, F men. Well, she has that right to be a feminist on that because she's a woman, she's not a man. She parts with one side. So if her side is being treated unjust, I would hope that she speaks up for the other women out there who don't feel like speaking up because she's a feminist. And I hope that explained that to you. I hope that explained that. That's just my own personal definition there. Now, when Roy gets back on, people, we're gonna go ahead and get into this because we got all this stuff going on. Is why is the education system allowing all of these mixed morals, the mixed morals? Um, why? All right, so and I know that we have people that are from same sex, opposite sex. Some people fall in love with broomsticks and posters and blow up dolls, and we got all that stuff, and they have to have jobs. Now, my thing is, you know, should there be more control over the teachers and how they're supposed to be giving the education and being an example to the kids who we put in front of them over just having them say, "Hey, just you can start off now, do this and do that and do that." My thing is, why has the education system not gotten in on that? And my personal opinion is, I think they ain't doing that because of like the religion thing. That's just what I think about that. I think that they don't want to do all that because it brings up like a religious type thing. But I do feel that if you go in school, that the men teachers should be all the way about that man stuff, and the women teachers should be all about that woman stuff. And if they have a family, they should talk about the family life and everything else like that. I don't want to see teachers having a classroom to try to see how many kids they can turn out so that they can be under their coat. That's just not what I feel. Other people might feel differently about that, but my question is, why is the education system allowing all these mixed morals to go in at one? Because if you think about it, if all these kids are thinking we can be gay, we can be an animal, we can alter our bodies in all type of ways, what type of mixed up kid are you going to get when they come out of the education period of the knowledge from K through 12 or K through whenever you go through college? What type of child are you creating? That's why I asked that question. A lot of people don't think about things like this, but I'm someone that really thinks about things like this. And you know, the education system, we now have that they have you can go and get the Damien books. It's about the devil and his little friends, and all of his friends are the same angels who are the demons from that got cast out from heaven and all this stuff. And you got, it's crazy. Now, I do believe that that's religion. There should be different levels of it, but they allow that Damien stuff to go in because they say that, you pledge allegiance and you say God. So they allow you to bring all that stuff in. So the education system, I think, is really mixed up and messed up because it brings in a whole lot of mixed things. And some of these kids don't, once they
That's why
graduate,
kids
or
have come
even if
out.
they do graduate, they're going
That's
to be
why
out
kids.
there on the street.
That's why kids are coming out of school dumber than they went in. To be honest with
Yeah.
you,
And
education
some
system
people
is.
don't like talk like this. Fuck it if you don't like talk like this. We gotta keep this shit. We gotta keep this shit way real. Some of these kids, like Roy said, is fucked up. We got a real fucked up situation to where I'm telling you, half the kids think they gonna be a rapper, a singer, or a OnlyFans per person while they're in junior high. So about time they get through 10th grade, they burnt out. They not gonna be nothing in this society. They ain't gonna be nothing in the world, and they got to go to this melting pot of craziness, and then we got to put them out there to try to say help run the country. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's fucked up. Half these kids coming out of school fucking can't even multiply properly, but yet they can show you how to rim an asshole, stick a fucking vibrator in their coochies, and all this other shit that they should have no knowledge of. It's
Oh,
crazy.
speaking of that, Roy, let me ask you this, because, and I'm gonna just throw this up there, and that whole 8-inch thing with Christina, right? Now,
Uh huh.
my wife was like, she's telling that to people out there, and then I told my wife, I know how big mine is. She said, you measured. Now, Roy, can you
Every
explain to
every man measures their wiener, dead
every
ass, and
single
and,
one of us?
and just so you know, we measure length and girth, so we
Now,
all know.
Roy, where do you start the measurement from for the accurate information? Where do you start the measurement from?
Well, you got to push it all the way to the base of the wiener. You
To
can't
the base,
start at. You do the base, yes,
to the base, to the base. So my
and
wife thought it
usually,
was weird that I said I measured. So she's like, she was like,
uh,
guys, do that? Yeah.
every every
And I
every
know
guy
Roy get a
measures.
straight answer.
Every man measures their wiener. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
every single one. And
and any
and
man
and
and any man that says he's never taken a picture of his wiener is a fucking liar too. Every man's done that as well.
he's a liar. He's a liar
Yeah.
because first of all, you start off in like 7th grade before you figure out, oh, I gotta go to high school. Dudes start talking about shoe sizes and how big your hands are and all type of stuff. So dudes be like, what? What? They don't want to go to the locker room and can't be able to talk back and no. So you go know what you're working with. You gonna know what you're working with. And then there it is. It's just like going to get fitted, or when a woman has to go get fitted for a bra. It's the exact same thing. Everyone knows where they are, and there you go. So I just had to bring that up because we were talking about that, and she didn't understand that when I said, yeah, all guys do it. She was like, huh? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, all
Yep.
guys do that. Yeah. So
Just like
so
all guys ask the question when they're with a girl, "Am I the biggest you ever had?" Every guy that asks that. They do. Every guy asks that. Was mine bigger than your last boyfriend's? They all say that, and she's gonna say no because she wants you to feel confident, even though she probably had 12 inches to your 8. So yeah, it's a question every man asks.
now, people, that was brought up because of what was said, the education system and these mixed up kids going out there, that's actually a normal thing to do back in the day. Now these kids is doing some crazy stuff. So people now, and for those of you who don't know, if you are parents and you got high school kids, your son has already done that in the house while you're there when he's going to the bathroom, getting out the shower. He's done the pool. He's done. He's measured when he's got out the pool. When he
Yeah,
everything he's done it right there. He's done it. So when he's in the bathroom,
yeah.
he's in the shower. Yeah, he's in the bathroom. He's checking
But yeah,
himself.
if your 10-year-old asks you, "Hey, mom, where's the tape measure?" You know what he's doing.
Yeah,
He's not
done
measuring.
deal.
He's not measuring. He's not measuring for a new closet door, or he's not measuring. Yeah, he's
No.
measuring his cleaning. So
No. So anybody that has a child and he's a boy, we're giving, and you women out there, you can't be a man because you really don't know this stuff. So you cannot be a man. And men, you cannot be women because you can't tell a woman about the female stuff. There's no way I could try to tell my wife about periods and
cramps
everything
and
else that
yeah,
happens. There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world.
yeah.
There's no way in the world. So now, I got a good one here, Roy, that I think you might like. Why does America help the countries its citizens dislike, and does this create hate?
Oh, of course, yeah, of course it does. Well, we know why do they help the countries and citizens? Its citizens don't like it's because it's not up to us. It's up to the people at the top. And I don't think it's the citizens we don't like. I don't just hate any citizen of any country. My whole thing boils down to is these countries need to fend for themselves. We fought a war to get to where we are in this country. A lot of fucking men died to make this country what it is, you know?
Right.
And this idea that we need to help all these other people, no, these other people need to take the steps to help themselves first. And if they're not even taking the steps to help themselves, why the fuck are we helping them? Not to mention, these countries have been like this for thousands and thousands of years. What makes them think all of a sudden, because the U.S. is involved, somehow it's going to change what's been already happening for thousands of fucking years? That's already inbred in their system that I don't like these people. We don't like these people. We're going to continue to war for thousands of years. Oh, look, it's America. Let's stop. No, it ain't going to fucking happen. It's a waste of fucking American money, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And I think that's
I
what
do
creates
agree.
the hate. That's what creates the hate because why am I having to fucking fork out 30% of my paychecks every week to give it to somebody that I'd rather give it to the homeless man on the corner or keep it for my fucking self? Why am I giving somebody else the fucking shit? You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't
And
that
we got our own citizens here that um we should be helping. Now, when I was doing the Child Fund International and the fundraising, when I would try to get these people to, to help sponsor kids in these third world countries, and one of the main questions they would always ask is, how come they're not doing this for our people here? And that was one of the main ones when I was like, well, I have to keep it all the way real with some of these people. I was like, look, these third world kids, you see the pictures and things that they put up there. They pretty much don't have nothing. And our Americans here say that, well, you can just help yourselves, and then it's crazy because more Americans will help someone else in another country rather than help the people here. And while me being outside the stores and getting people to come up and talking to them, it's true. Americans here, and it's crazy. Americans here would rather sign up or help me see. And some of the people would ask me, why are we not doing it for people here? And I would tell them, and they would still sign up to help the kids in the other country. And
well,
I'm just sitting there like, wow. But if we try to start something here, we'll get a lot of citizens saying that we don't want to get our taxes raised to go help our own. They need to go fix the taxes. So it goes in like the reverse thing to where it's mostly coming in helping us out. And then we kick out whatever we got left over. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah, I see what you're
That's
saying.
what I
Yeah,
feel of.
yeah, everything we should take care of ours first before we ever send money somewhere else. Period. So
Yeah. And people, I know a lot of you guys out there are sensitive. A lot of you guys are with your political parties and everything else like that. Let me tell you this here. I am a true independent. I'm a true indie. I'm not Republican. I'm not even part of the independent party. I am a true indie. I look at the laws and things that we need to vote on. I do that, and I look at everything. So when it comes down to stuff like this, I look at the overall big picture before I just go ahead and say something. And I really do think that we got it backwards with our own citizens here, and it's crazy because we got our own people here that want to start businesses, but they won't even let them get a chance. And all you got to do is come from someplace else, get here. They'll give you everything in order. You can start your business, get that in there, and within 5 years, your whole family that you're about to have is blowing up. And we got people here that can't even get a chance. So I just feel a certain way about that. They talk about the American dream, but it seems like they took the American dream away from the Americans and they are sliding it over to other people to let
Exactly.
them get the American dream so that they can feel extra happy and special when it's making
Yeah.
us hurt more. So
Yeah, and
that's
that's
what I
why
feel about that.
that's what creates the hate. And that's what creates the hate because it's like us, bro. We've been working, you're 41, I'm 50, I'm 51. We have busted our ass since we were 16 years old working, giving into a system, and then when we actually need to use the system that we've paid into, we don't even get it. But they give it to somebody who just jumped the border a week ago. They get more than what we did, and we've paid into the system for 30 years. But yet I jumped the border 2 weeks ago, and I get everything more than the fucking Americans do. And that's what creates the hate. People get pissed off at that. It's like, why the fuck am I paying all this money out of my shit for myself later on in life if they're just going to give it to somebody who just jumped the border 2 weeks ago or whatever the case, or whoever they decide to give it to? You know what I'm saying? So that's what creates the hate. You know,
Yeah, and people, it is
and
hate.
what it
It
and
is
what
hate.
and really what even creates more hate is when these people that we are helping that just jumped the border 2 weeks ago show no appreciation for the help and they want to ask for more or we need better. We need this and that. When we have our own Americans who paid into the system fucking barely struggling eating ramen noodles and shit. So that's another thing that creates the hate. It's like you're not even happy with what we're giving you that you want to try now to dictate. I have the best schools. I want the best shoes. We want the best clothes, the best food. While your Americans who paid into a system their whole life is eating ramen noodles and being looked at like the second class citizen versus the person that just jumped the border 2 weeks ago being treated like a citizen. That's fucked up. So that's what
Yeah,
creates that hate.
yeah, and people, the hate is so real that, in the gig economy, because that's where it's turning into, we got people just going in the places to go try to pick up an order and looking in the parking lot to see if someone don't look like they here and saying, well, they're illegal. So it creates hate, people. No matter what, it creates hate. Could you imagine this, people? You going to pick up a delivery order and you walk into a place and you fight somebody because you think they illegal and their order is better than yours? Could you imagine that? That's that bullshit hate it brings bullshit hate. It brings up hate nonstop. And it's crazy because that's how the separation comes, where people will just want to be in their own sex sections and I want to hang here and I don't want to go mix in and stuff like that. So um yeah, it's
Well,
crazy. But
I said
America,
that in the I said that in
go
the
ahead.
live stream. If you're a gig worker and you're doing nothing but gig work, you really can't sit there and say, "Well, the immigrants are hurting us. The immigrants are doing this or that," because, like you said, you can't really tell an illegal immigrant from a regular person just by looking at them. But see, somebody in my position where I do work a W 2, see, I have more of we as W 2s get more of an opportunity to be able to tell who's actually an illegal immigrant versus a legal immigrant because we're dealing with it. We're seeing the different this, the different that. They're not able to speak, not knowing, understanding shit and shit like that. Versus any gig worker that just walks up. I think that guy, because he's Hispanic, he's illegal. Well, you can't do that by looking at somebody. Like, come on, bro, that's just ignorance. But somebody in my
Yeah,
case, when I have people coming in, they speak absolutely no English. It says Maria on the account, but yet it's a Juan picking it up. They don't understand. They don't. A true most legal Hispanic immigrants, they do know some English, so they can get by enough. Let's fucking be honest. They've been here long enough that they can get by. A new, fresh, illegal immigrant, they know absolutely dick. and you can tell that they don't know how to read the instructions. They're having trouble working the app because they don't understand it. Most legal immigrants, they understand it. How they do understand some English, and they can get that shit across to you. But I've had situations, bro, where they just point the phone at me, and I'm having to do it like I'm having to like physically show them shit in order for them to even be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I have more of
Right.
an opportunity. I can actually speak more to the illegal immigrant situation because I'm actually the one that's dealing with them directly. Whereas if you're just a gig worker looking at people in the parking lot, you can't tell Dick. You can't tell Dick by
You
that.
can't tell nothing. And like you said, from a
Yeah.
W-2, if someone works in a W-2, they're normally going to be doing stuff in the back. They're not going to be involved with dealing with everybody else out there in case someone does walk into the place. They're normally helping out in the back, doing other stuff like that. They're not going to be all out in the mix. And then, like Roy said he sees them when they go ahead and come in, so he would have a better judgment on now. Even though he may not be 100%, but the percentage of him being able to tell was much higher than someone sitting in the parking lot, is what we're
Yeah.
trying to say to people.
Exactly.
Much higher,
Exactly. Exactly.
much higher. Well, Roy, look, man, I want to say thank you for coming on, because that's my show. I want to go over that. Those were all my topics right there. Did
I
I
know.
miss
I
one?
know. I got another show I got to go on to tonight. So.
Oh yeah. Hey man, do your thing, man. Um, and thank you for stopping on by, man, because
Hey,
these
not a problem,
topics,
man. You know I
the
like talking about this kind of cool
yeah,
shit. Fuck pickup and
yeah.
drop offs and shit. I can't stand that shit. So
Yeah, so this stuff was on my mind, so I just wanted people, hey, this is on my mind. I've seen some stuff. I want to talk about this stuff and just see what everybody thinks. But that police video, y'all, if y'all ain't seen it, go back and check it out. And then I have another police video. Check my police videos where these cops just beat a dude like a year ago. They just beat him up. Remember that, Roy? They just beat the crap out of him.
yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead and check that out, people. Check the police videos out. And if you're not into opening up your mind to understanding that there's other stuff going out there, please open up your mind and realize that there's other stuff out there. We out of here like Chuck Woolery and 2 and 2.
All right. See you
See
later,
you
boss.
guys later.